The first thing I lose is my shield. It spins out of my hand like a drunk gull. It split clean down the grain, vanishing into the surf with a stupid little splash. After all the sagas about glory, that's how it goes. Not fire, not thunder. Just plop the Frank in front of me blinks like he's surprised too. We're knee-deep in cold gray water. Waves slamming our legs, the longship grinding behind us. And for a moment we just stare at each other. He smells like sour wool and fear. I probably smell worse. He raises his spear. I raise. Nothing great. Legendary warrior of the north. Defeated by carpentry, so I headbutt him. My helmet cracks against his nose with a crunch like biting an apple. He drops. I grab his spear, stab down twice the way my brother taught me quick. Practical, no speech, is and. That's that. My first step onto foreign soil is made by standing on a dead man's chest so the tide doesn't drag me away. The skalds never sing about the slipping. They never sing about the way your boots fill with freezing water. Or how you're thinking if I die here. My mother will say, "I told you so." Around me the line surges forward. Shields lock. Oarsmen screaming. Someone already on fire. Always someone on fire, and I'm laughing. Not because it's funny, because I left my hearth. My loom, my mother's bread oven. For this? For mud, blood. And a stranger's spear? Worth it? Probably. Ask me again if I live. They told me women don't belong here. Back, home near Birka. They told me that every winter while I chopped wood and listened like a good daughter, a woman keeps the keys, my uncle said. A man keeps the sword. Said it like it was the law of the gods. Funny thing about keys, they lock you in just as well as they lock. Others out, I used to sit by the hearth, smoke in my eyes, stirring stew, listening to the men talk about raids, silver, silk, wine, places where the sun felt different on your skin. They'd come home with scars and stories, and suddenly they were. It's bigger than the farm. Meanwhile, I was expected to get excited about turnips. No offense to turnips. Brave vegetable. But not exactly destiny, so I started training in secret. Which sounds dramatic until you realize it mostly involved hitting. A fence post with a stick and hoping no one noticed. Very heroic. The first time I picked up my brother's real shield, my arm shook so hard I thought the gods were laughing. Turns out shields are heavy. Songs never mention that either. Songs lie a lot. My brother caught me once. I thought he'd beat me. Instead, he said, if you're going to be stupid, at least don't be weak. And showed me how to hold it, so my shoulder wouldn't die. That's love in our family. When the Jarl called for volunteers that spring, I cut my hair with a kitchen knife and stole my cousin's old mail shirt. It smelled like fish and regret. I walked to the dock expecting someone to stop me. No, one did. Men don't look too closely at someone carrying a spear and walking like they belong. That's the secret. Confidence and dirt. Mostly dirt. By the time they realized I wasn't someone's scrawny nephew, we were already at sea. One of the older warriors squinted at me and said, "You're either very brave or very stupid," I told him. Both saves time. He laughed so hard he nearly dropped his ale. That's how I joined the crew. Not with destiny. With a bad joke, now the shore is chaos. Arrows hiss, past like angry bees. Our shields thud together. The Frankish line breaks, reforms, breaks again. I move the way we practiced. Step, breathe, don't think. Thinking gets you killed. A boy next to me can't be older than 15 throws up on his boots. Mid-dash charge. I pat his back. First rate. I ask. He nods. Don't worry, I say. After the third corpse, you stop noticing. It does not look comforting. We crash into their wall, wood on wood, bone on iron. Somewhere behind me, someone shouts my name, the new one the crew gave me, not my childhood name. That girl stayed by the hearth. This one is different. This one came to earn a story, or a grave, preferably. Good one. Because here's the thing no one admits. Most of us don't fight for glory. We fight because staying home, feels smaller than dying far away. And as I wrench the spear free and the surf turns pink around my boots, I realize something strange. I'm not afraid of dying here. I'm afraid of surviving. And having to go back, the gates of the monastery are ahead, tall, rich, untouched. The men start grinning. Silver. They think, gold, gods forgive me. All I can think is, if I walk through those doors. There's no hearth left to return to, good. Let it burn. The monastery doors don't open like in the Sagas. No thunder. No divine sign. They just stick. Swollen wood. Rusted hinges. Half the fiercest warriors in the north shoulder-checking a door like drunk farmers trying to get into a shed. So much for terror of the heathens. Push! Someone yells. We push. Nothing. Someone suggests fire. Someone else reminds him the treasure is inside. Brilliant minds. All of us. Finally, the hinges rip free with a screech, and the doors collapse inward, and we pour through like seawater through a crack. I expect warriors, knights, some grand last stand. Instead, monks, old men in brown robes. Bare feet, ink-stained fingers. One still holding a quill like it might defend him. For a heartbeat, nobody moves. They look at us the way sheep look at wolves. Not angry, just confused. Like, how did you even get here? One drops to his knees and starts praying in a language I don't know. Another tries to drag a chest away that's clearly too heavy. Admirable. Stupid. Very us, honestly. Behind me, Torvald mutters, "This is it?" He sounds disappointed. So do I all winter. I imagined enemies, heroes. Instead, it's grandfathers. I lower my spear. This isn't a battle. It's a harvest. And suddenly all the jokes, all the bravado, all the "I'm going to die gloriously" nonsense tastes sour in my mouth. Because glory requires someone worthy to witness it. These men can barely lift a spoon. One monk looks straight at me. Right at my face. Not my armor. Not my spear. Me. His eyes are wet but steady. He says something soft. Maybe a prayer. Maybe a curse. Maybe he's asking what kind of woman chooses this. Good question, old man. If I knew, I'd tell you. Behind me, steel hits flesh. A scream cuts short. The spell breaks. The others rush past. Chests crack open. Silver cups. Books tossed aside like firewood. Someone laughing too loudly. War is loud until it isn't. Up close, it's just breathing and small, wet sounds. I step forward anyway, because turning back now would mean admitting they were right back home. That I belonged with the keys. With the loom. With the smoke in my eyes. So I take the silver cross from the altar, cold, heavy, worth more than our whole farm. I wait to feel triumph. Instead, I feel tired. Like I just traded something and didn't check the price. Outside, the sea keeps moving. Indifferent. Eternal. And it hits me. Standing there with blood on my boots and a church burning behind me, I didn't leave the hearth to become a hero. I left because I couldn't stand being small. But out here, killing old men for metal. This isn't big either. It's just far away. And far away feels like freedom until you realize no one will remember your name. Not the monks. Not the Jarl. Maybe not even your own family. Just another body in foreign dirt. A grave with no story. Unless I make one. So I grip the stolen spear tighter, step back into the smoke, and smile. Fine world. If you won't give me a saga, I'll carve one out myself. Even if it kills me.